Hello everyone and welcome back to Peepo Coin channel where you can get your fix. Check out these headlines and the upcoming developments in XRP. USDT graph. We're going to break it down, but it's trapped in the channel shape. Is the breakout imminent? Immediately following the introduction, we will dissect it. The enormous supply gap in Bitcoin is paving the way for dramatic movements. Hold off till you see this Solana's numbers. Yes, the Solana chain that we have been building since Q1 is the same one that everyone wrote off. You know what? What does this mean for Sol's future and then Rippleverse? They recently made it to the major leagues, and today CME is initiating future trainings. For XRP holders, the SEC game's most recent improvements could mean everything, so be sure to hit the like button, activate alerts so you don't miss anything. We are going to go into Bitcoin, which is worth $83,540, so stay tuned. Right now, it has increased by 6.1% over the last day. The price of Ethereum is $1,914. At the moment, it is up 1.5%. With both USDT and USDC trading at their decent, I suppose respectable, 99-cent prices as XRP. There you go, the price of XRP to USDT is moving inside the channel's formation, and $1.92 is a very important support level. It's holding down the line, folks. $2.33 is stuck in a range of fun, but it's currently in the green, 0.67% of the total cryptocurrency market cap, which is $2,706 billion. We must retain it. Unless there is a dip, we cannot go below it. You don't want to see how many times we bounced off of it. The price must break above the trend line and close above it. This, ironically, is located in the 2,050 cent range, which if you join our free Telegram group, we have been informing you. This is one of the free charts, signals, and bits of information that are released every day. People, it's free. All you need to do is register for a BIFI account. The exchange is a cryptocurrency. No VPN, no KYC. Creating an exchange account takes 2 seconds, after which you may join the group. You don't obtain access if you don't create the account. We can prevent spammers, botters, and anyone who would take my information in this way. You must register. Do it now. Join the group because the free tier will be slightly altered the next week. Therefore, you are grandfathered in going ahead if you are in today, and no payment will not be made. The membership won't be paid for. Therefore, don't panic, but something will change. Although, you'll see Cryptocurrency Rover, this is breaking CME Group, the biggest futures exchange in the world. Guess what, though? Today, a Solana futures contract will be introduced. That's right. What does this signify? Incredibly easy. Access to institutions. This will boost Solana's validity and liquidity by enabling huge investors, hedge funds, and traders to obtain exposure to the company without actually owning any of the assets. Therefore, everyone who believed that Solana was going away should reconsider. It is not. Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other futures on the CME Futures Exchange. There won't be a real SOL traded because Solana will probably be paid in cash. That is simply the price difference as a settlement. Hedge against volatility. Because traders can protect themselves from price fluctuations, Solana is a more appealing asset. Increased trading in derivatives can also result in more frequent price discovery and have the ability to affect Solana's market movement based on demand for futures. The big money is in futures. Want to see what the future holds? We will discuss Solana $800,000 during this cycle because of this. This will undoubtedly be a driving force behind it. This comes up from the coin desk. Between 70,000 and 80,000 bitcoins, there is a huge supply gap. It claims that 20% of the Bitcoin supply is currently losing money based on no data from Glass. Due to the supply gap generated by Bitcoin's big increase in November, a dip below 80K could result in a steep plunge with strong support centered around 70,000. We have discussed 70K. My comfort zone on this moon collar was between 65 and 75. It said the same thing. Look, we're in this triangle we break down. The next stop, according to him, is 72, 74. We must part ways. His score is higher than 92, as the chart actually shows. I have it above 95. I will retrieve it for you. Right here, let's practice resistance and support on top of this. He is now correct in saying that we should watch for or try to break over 94K. This thing's dropped down. You don't want to witness it if it breaks out. That's how we'll put it. Then we have this Treasury Secretary who is bullish. Digital assets, says Scott Bessant. They're not going anywhere. We intend to establish the United States as the global center for digital assets. Pay attention. Thankfully, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will be joining us shortly, and he's monitoring everything. Now he comes to me. Many thanks, Secretary Bessent. Look, I believe that a lot of people are becoming interested in cryptocurrencies. It looks like it will be around for a while. As Treasury Secretary, how does it relate to the U.S. economy as a whole, and what is the government's position on regulations? Excellent. I like being on the show, though. Furthermore, this government has, in my opinion, made it very evident that digital assets are here to stay and that the United States will become the global center for digital assets. Both the Senate and the House are pushing through very sound, safe bills to bring crypto and digital assets onshore in the U.S. and to ensure that the U.S. is the financial and technological hub. The administration has been slowing the growth of the crypto community and digital assets for the past 4 years, but we are going to speed that up through a positive partnership and smart regulation. Statements like these are what we need to hear. For the U.S. to proceed in this direction, we need this. Everyone is quite optimistic. Extremely optimistic, especially in light of Trump's actions. Passing as well as the law, this is an encouraging step, and Jim Cramer, according to him, the market is getting ready to forfeit some gains. Let's make a duplicate. This one appeals to us. This is really bullish. Therefore, I like it when he says it. We want him to do this. Saying this since we are aware of the opposite. Cramer docked the fan and received your opposition and support for XRP at 222. He's looking at 230, which breaks. Resistance was present between 339 and 585. I mean, my XRP chart shows resistance that ranges from $250 to $3. His numbers are those. We'll wait and see. We'll see how it turns out. However, it will ultimately boil down to Daddy Bitcoin and Ripple vs the SEC. Jeremy Hogan is like, wait a minute. As they were finishing up, he cited Ellen and Terrence's post cases. It might end shortly. According to Hogan, the matter could only be resolved quickly if Ripple and the SEC come to a private settlement deal that differs from Judge Torres' ruling, dismisses the appeal, and never brings the details of the settlement agreement back to the trial court for ratification. This is feasible, but the SEC would need to consent to not enforcing the court's injunction if that is the main point of contention. I don't think the SEC would consent to that, but it might consent to something more indirect, like giving Ripple access to institutional investors' real registered sales of XRP. As long as the SEC doesn't flagrantly disregard the court's ruling, Ripple could obtain what it requires. In my opinion, this is the only way the issue will be resolved in the coming days or weeks, which seems to be in line with her reporting. A settlement contract. This is really fascinating, people.